Can I ask question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Actually, this is I'm Ivan from Bulgaria, and we're representing a company called Wasteful, and that is the technology that we are developing is mobile factory for recycling waste on site. And the thing is that well, we already won a couple of awards on European level and from the EIT, for example, EIT manufacturing. But the thing is that we need financing for the research and development phase of the product that is going out of the factory. And I wanted to know, because I read some parts of the program that is mentioned on the website of the European Innovation Council, but can you bit get um, share a bit more information on the research and development phase of projects and what we need to do if we are a startup? Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, indeed, the first step is
Ало,
to
Джеси?
be. Hello.
Ама нали си от един час?
Sorry, I hear someone speaking in background. Okay. Sorry, Ivan. I was hearing someone speaking in the background. Yes, of course, provided that you are a startup. For research and innovation, we provide grants. This means that all the innovation activities are covered by the grant part. Nevertheless, if you are eligible for blended finance under the AC Accelerator, you can also use the equity part to cover some of our R&D activities. Because the idea here is that we have a part of the fund that have been dedicated and channeled only for the innovation activities, because this is something that we need to be sure that we cover the path till the TRL 9, means before the commercialization, we have to cover this part. Nevertheless, you can also cover some of these activities with the grant. This is for the blended. For the rest, if you apply, I myself, I work for the AC Accelerator. I see that you are, I don't know which TRL your product have at this stage, but I think also because you have been financed under the AT program, we also have a fast track for DAT beneficiaries. I don't know if it's applicable on your specific case, but in any case, what you do is to start the application process. Let's have a look first of all to the to all the step for the accelerator and to see if you are eligible for the accelerator. I would say yes for the brief description you just gave me, because okay, I think you have at least a TRL 5. This means that you can start the application. The application is a 4-step process. You start with a short proposal.
I heard this from from your presentation actually. So
Okay.
more or
No,
less,
because the application phase is not really okay. We didn't go through the application phase because it's we have some, of course, time constraints, so we couldn't do it. But if you need any other okay information, the application itself, please do it. But the important thing here is to describe correctly in the work packages the activities and what you want to cover with the grant part and also with the equity part, because this will be helpful for the jury members and to understand how you want to develop the product, and all the scale up phase should be clear for you and presented clearly to the jury members. This is a tip I can do it. I can give to you. I don't know whether Aspro is in the is here, but I don't think so. But in case he will be joining afterwards, having the perspective from one beneficiaries might be, from our beneficiaries might be also useful.
yeah, this will be very useful. And one more thing about the deadlines, because I read on the program, and I'll share on the in the chat that most of the deadlines of the challenges maybe are already uh, the last deadline was today on the 19th of October. What is the deadline for application?
Okay, for the accelerator, we don't have deadlines. We don't have deadlines means that, again, you have 4 phases evaluation process, and the first 3 phases you can apply whenever you want during the year. I showed 3 cutoff date for this year that already passed for the accelerator, where we gather all the applications successfully, and we invite you to the interview. The interview is the last step of the application phase. While for instance, for the transition and Pathfinder, they have deadlines. But I don't know by heart the deadlines because I'm not specific work on their calls, because I'm working for the accelerator.
No problem. This is the information that you provided. It's enough. So now, after the meeting, I'll try to contact for.
Yeah, you can start applying, but bear in mind that by December, we will be publishing the new work program. In the work program for 2023, we will be including all the cutoff date where we will be gathering the successful application. Nevertheless, you can start your application whenever you want for the short proposal.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Kamen, and with my company, we just won recently a seal of excellence, and with the EAC Accelerate and Open. And I was curious, usually, how soon are we going to receive it? Because so far we didn't get it. And we want to use it for applying for another program already for funding.
Yeah, thanks for your question. Which cutoff? It was June cutoff?
The June cutoff, yeah.
Okay, I think by mid-November at latest, you should receive it. Yeah, because we are now working on the June cutoff, because you just received the information for the successful and also seal of excellence, etc. So it's a matter of really of days. Rather be prudent, so mention mid-November, but maybe you might receive it also by the end of October.
But usually it comes via email, or it will be part of the platform?
Usually you will receive a notification. It will be part of the platform, I think, but you will be receiving a notification. Unfortunately, I cannot see the platform. In the platform, I cannot see the same thing you see. You can see yourself. We don't have the same perspective in the platform, but you will be receiving a notification.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Да те чака на тенис кортовете.
Is there any other question? I'm happy to answer.
May I ask if there is not another question? Where can we find out about the TRL and the research readiness or the development readiness of the products? This is something that is new for us. You're muted.
Thanks. Sorry. Okay. The technology readiness level, usually it's an assessment done by the applicants. Okay. But when you apply via the platform, you will receive, you will be able to establish your level through the platform, because you have an AI platform. When you fill in for that you have to fill in for the full application, and you will be able to rate your TRL level. Okay. And also the BRL, which is the business readiness level, which will be basically summarized by all the information you pour into the platform. Okay, so I'll check the both, because the business readiness level is something that I hear for first time actually.
The tier I know, but for the assessment, it was something. Okay.
Okay. I see there is a question in the chat, but I cannot, unfortunately, I cannot read.
Yeah, I will translate it for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Is there a transcribe with subtitles in Bulgarian language? Will be. Would it be
no, the application is no, the application is in English. Do you mean the application or
no for the Q&A session right now?
No, unfortunately, no, I don't think so. I think some of the member of the organizing team are here, but no, the only translation has been provided for the main session.
Okay.
Hello, Estana.
Hello.
I have a question about the work program for 2023. Can we expect that in the program there will be all opportunities listed for the year? Is that how you are preparing it, or we can search for it in different parts? Thank you.
Thanks, Anna. Yeah, the work program indeed is conceived to include all the priorities and strategies and at the policy level, but also all the opportunities are included there. Opportunities means the cutoff date for some of our instruments like the Pathfinder and Transition, the deadlines, and also the challenges. As I mentioned, the majority of funding are channeled through the open calls, means that, okay, you don't have to meet any thematic area with your innovation, but we also choose some challenges for each instrument each year. Last year were green and which is the Fit for 55, and also the Open for Strategic Autonomy. We will be publishing the new challenges for next year, but yes, definitely all the opportunities will be included in the work program. I hope it will be published in December.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, I see the work program draft. I know that Science Business published this. We know, but this is really a draft and we are still working on it. Our governance unit is still working on the policies and I would rather be prudent and wait for the final version to be published.
Hi, good afternoon. A quick
Hello.
question, and apologies if there's background noise, I'm in transit.
No worries.
So, could you please explain a little bit the proposal evaluation procedure?
Yes.
And then the other one is probably around any matchmaking events. Do you organize this? You know, especially startup companies, early stage companies, their network probably is a little bit weaker compared to established enterprises. So how do you facilitate actually the matchmaking process? Thank you, and I'll mute myself.
Thank you very much. The evaluation process is again done in 4 steps. You will be asked to fill in a short proposal. I will repeat it. Sorry to repeat if I'm repeating again this, but for those who just joining, the first step, you can apply for the first 3 steps out of 4 whenever you want during the year. The first step means that you have to fill in a short application. Is very easy and very short, and you have to also add a pitch deck and a short video. This short application will be analyzed and evaluated by external experts. Then you will go through the second step. The second step is the full application. The second step is now the third step, because the real second step is where you will be provided with coaches, because in between the short application and the full application, you will be receiving coaching to help you to fill in the full application. The full application, which is the phase 3, consists in an elaborated business plan that you have to compile and also to pour all the information. It depends basically if you apply for the grant, grant first, grant only, or for the blended. And this will be this in the latter. You have to also to pour information linked to the fundraising stage. If you already had you already raised funds in the private market, etc., etc. This application is analyzed again by external experts. If you are successful in this phase, you will be asked to participate in the interview. And in this case, this will happen in that cutoff date. We will gather this application, we will evaluate this application and invite you on an interview. The interview will last around 2 hours. You will be pitching for 15 minutes in front of a jury. You will have 5 jury members. Usually jury members comes from entrepreneurial world, VCs, and also specialist experts. This being said, bear in mind that also the VCs and the investors are specialized in the field, because we create juries for each field. For instance, health tech, for instance, energy, green, etc., etc. We have different juries per field, and you will be pitching in front of the jury. After the pitching, you will be asked for 45 minutes, no, for 30 minutes, sorry for this, for 30 minutes, you will be going through a Q&A session. The jury members will ask you questions, but also the EIC fund representative in case of blended finance. This case is usually an EIB, European Investment Bank colleague that asks questions. And also the program manager. The program manager are experts in the field that help us in following our companies and projects. And you will be notified if successful in after the interviews. If you are successful of the interviews, you will be notified. After this, you will start negotiation for the grant part and also for the equity part. This is for the evaluation. Then I will be open for more questions. I will be happy also, since we have 10 minutes more and to gather also other questions, to mention the networking opportunities we have, because I definitely understand that it is crucial for you, for startups. And we are already in place since years, even during the pilot phase, the business acceleration services. Within these services, we also provide e-pitching event. The e-pitching event means that you will be pitching in front of specialized investors, which allow you to enter in contact and also to have, let's say, a privilege field where you can pitch in front of investors that we are going to select. And also you will be able to take part to events where you can meet corporates, big corporates, but also again investors. But now, since May, June 2022, we also put in place this matchmaking platform where you will be asked, if successful, you will be asked to be onboarded by our contractor, DLFlow. They are taking care for us of the matchmaking platform. They will ask you to fill in a document where all the information that will be included in the platform, you have to provide the information that will be included in the platform, and your companies will be presented to the investors. The investors can either themselves to go to through the platform and check via keywords the companies we have in our portfolio, but also we organize monthly roundtables for each vertical where we will present our companies. We already had 6 or 7, and this way we proactively present our portfolio of companies to the investors. I hope I answer your question, but if you have any other question or you need any other clarification, please go ahead.
Thank you very much for detailed answer. Just for the initial application, you mentioned a short proposal. Is it the standard template with the 3-section excellence, impact, and implementation, the 10-page template?
Yes, it is. But bear in mind that will be you will be redirected to the platform through the ACM funding portal or through the AC website. It depends on when you start your application. You can go both ways, and you will be redirected on the platform. So I don't know whether you already had experience with the accelerator or because some of
I had experience probably 5 years ago with
with the SME instruments.
Phase 1, and honestly, that template with so many sub criteria is extremely difficult. So literally, one needs 1 or 2 sentences per sub criteria, and then the feedback you get from the evaluation process is that it's not sufficient and things like that, which doesn't make sense if you have a sentence or 2 to elaborate your points. This is why I'm asking so detailed.
Yeah, I was about I was asking indeed if you had experience with the former instrument, which is even before the pilot of the AC, and yes, compared to that period, of course, everything changed. This I can confirm to you. The criteria are still there, but the application is totally different because you can elaborate differently. You have for each criterion. You have different subsection to be filled in.
And this is an awesome news, actually. I need to look once again. Thank you very much. I need to
You're
leave.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We are almost at the end of our Q&A session. If you have any other question, I'll be happy to answer. I see. No, I see the question in the chat. No, Basel pitching event, etc., are for the successful applicants after step 4. But you also have access to these acceleration services in the other instrument, namely Pathfinder and Transition. But for the accelerator, you will be needed to be successful in the 4 steps.
Hello again. One last question from me.
Yes, please.
The events that you organize with your partner, the roundtables, are these so-called events, I'll call it this way, no metaphysical or online, public? Or no,
it depends. The
private?
ones I was mentioning before, under the contract for investors, no, those are public for investors. We invite investors, but are not public. They are not public for all the audience because we select the investors in the verticals, because we really want to present the companies that we have. For the events, this is just one example where we are proactive in presenting our portfolio to the investors. Then we have other events where the companies pitch in front of the investors. Sometimes, and usually the pitching events are not public either, because we select companies because we cannot open to everyone, because we have time constraints, and also we have to grant all the companies that are pitching the same timing, etc. So this is really for organizational matter. Then whenever it's been done within bigger events, the summit, etc. Recently I've been to an event in Lisbon where the pitching events were organized as well. In these cases are public.
Thank you again.
Welcome. There is time for one more question if you have any. Okay, in case you don't have any other question, I will wish you a nice day.
Hi, sorry,
Hi.
just a general question from my side, if possible.
Please.
Sorry, I didn't manage to hear your presentation earlier, so I apologize if you have to repeat something that you already said. But I was interested in how does the communication with companies interested in EIC and applying with EIC goes. Is there a platform where they can ask questions during the application process, or who do they connect if they have questions during the process or the different steps? Is it somewhere in your with you, or is there a possibility like this at all, and is there any communication platform? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, during the application, well, we have different kind of communication. During the application phase, yes, of course, we have the communication with companies that have question at technical level. So we have a 24-hour support for the companies. You can ask question and we will be gathering during the days, during the day. Then we also have way to ask question through functional mailboxes. All this information will be provided during as of you start the application process. You will get all this information, and we will have also all different functional mailboxes. Then bear in mind that once you arrive, when you reach the final phase of the application, and also when you start, when you are successful, you will be also having a platform, the PDM platform, where you have to pour all the information related to your SME status, etc., etc. And there is again another platform where you can put the answer question. There is like a chat where you can put the information. It really depends on which stage you ask question, but you always have a way to communicate with us.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you very much. And what about the phase before you start applying, in a way where companies get orientation to which path they should go, which step, and what they would be eligible for? Is there any platform where they can get additional clarification on this?
Yes, well, this is, we are, okay, of course, we are participating in events to spread words around the possibility, I mean, around how the application works and who is eligible for which instrument within the AC. But I really recommend you to connect to the European Innovation Council website. I will put the website in the chat, because all the information to be for the eligibility check, etc., are there. But also there are we have a yearly info day for applicants, for future applicants, that are very useful. But for the moment, we have all the records, and we recorded all the presentation, and also the PowerPoint presentation are on the website. I will put in the chat these links, so you can also find all the information, because all the head of units for each program explained in very detail, and there is really a deep dive into the different instruments and funding schemes with all the application criteria, and I found it really useful.
Okay, thank you. If you send the link to those particular presentation, that would be very helpful. And by the way, it was a very helpful session, because it's a lot of information also on the website. And I think companies are sometimes, if it's a new topic to them, it's sometimes a bit hard to decide, which way to go. And it's good to have someone to turn to, like a functional mailbox or whatever, to send questions.
Yeah, I understand. Definitely. I know that it's for those who are not familiar, it's not that easy. By the way, the first link I've sent, at the bottom of the page, you will find the presentation, recording of all the presentation. It's very long recording, but there are different sessions for each instrument. And also you have the PowerPoint at bottom of the page. with including all the requirements to apply. So maybe you can go through the PowerPoint, which is easier and faster, and see which is the instrument that fit best your case. And then you can see the recording where all the information, and also there is also a Q&A session for each instrument, and this is also very useful because some applicants ask question during 1 hour and a half, so you might find this very useful. And the second link will redirect you to the European Innovation Council website. And you also have the link to apply directly in website under each instrument page.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we are a bit over time. Thank you, everyone. Wish you a nice day. Thank you for being here and ask all the questions. It's been very interesting. Thank you and see you soon.